Minister, Ghana governments are not backing down on, evacuating Ghanaians from South Africa. Over 800 Ghanaians were made available, coming out voluntarily to leave South Africa after Honorable Abrakwa, Foreign Minister of Ghana, actually came to South Africa, to make proper arrangements for Ghanaians to evacuate South Africa. And I tell you one thing, that Ghanaians are leaving voluntarily, but I tell you that there's something Ghanaians are cooking for South Africa that South Africans don't know. And I'm telling you for a fact that Ghanaians will surely pay back this particular situation that is going on that South Africans are doing currently. And again, we are still talking about Jacinta, the Dudula, leader. What she said, that Ghanaians are overreacting concerning what is going on. And according to her, that South Africans are not xenophobic. That Ghanaians, Ghana president, the government of Ghana is overreacting. So we're going to be checking out these videos and then we'll come back.
At this point, maybe South Africans needs to tell the entire Africa, or specifically Ghanaians, the color of their problem. Because South Africans are saying that Ghanaians are overreacting by coming to fetch their citizens from South Africa amidst these xenophobic attacks.
The Ghanaian government really overreacted.
For about 3 days now, Ghanaians living in South Africa, whatever province that they are in, whether they are at Gauteng, whether they are at Johannesburg, wherever that they are actually planning, Durban, wherever, they are planning, they are preparing their things, they are gathering themselves, they are closing their shops, they are coming back to Ghana. The first batch that are supposed to come will come tomorrow. And they are about 800. So all these people, they've been gathering at the Ghanaian embassy in South Africa at Pretoria. Now, ever since they started gathering there, some traditional TV stations, they've been going there to interview them. South African TV stations. They've been going them to interview them, ask them how they came in, what papers were they using, what permits actually were they having living in South Africa, what is making them leave. And these are what some of them had to say.
In their local language, unfortunately, I do not understand. They kicked me into the rain. Oh. Yeah, they kicked me into the rain. And it was after that day that I ran to the embassy. I said, no, I want to go home. They kicked me in the rain. I'm here looking for an opportunity to better my life in the sports department. I can show you on my phone. I've made contact with former Bafana players trying to help me because, yes, I have the talent. But if I'm here and my safety is under siege, then it brings to the question, why would you risk your life just to have a better living? So I better go home and then re-strategize.
I went for an asylum. I went to seek an asylum. I decided to go because they say we must go to our country and fix our country. So I'm going to help people to fix the country. We're going and fix our country.
In fact, you could see and sense the fear in some of them. Some of them were willing to come home. They said that I've been wanting to go home since last year. Some ever since the entire match and everything happened. They want to come home.
Last year, me person me free from her because situation led me buy a and I wanted to go back. I need to go back home.
We don't want to stay here. I'm sick and tired of this country. I should have been fed. Look at how I am. I have been working as a teacher in this country. Not that Ghanaians are illegal, but the Home Affairs forced most of them to be illegal.
Some of us outside Pretoria can't even travel by bus or their taxis, even for them to come and register their names because they are scared. Because the moment they started Marakware style, then they have to dive.
First of all, Jacinta Ngobese, one of the leaders of this march on march movement in South Africa, has addressed the Ghanaian government. She said that the Ghanaian government has overreacted and that, they have a lot of respect for the people of Ghana, but the Ghanaian government coming out to say that Ghanaians were beaten up in South Africa is a form of dishonesty. Anyways, Jacinta and Victoria Africa and the rest, you guys want the betterment of your country, you are protecting your country. Same way the Ghanaian government is protecting its citizens. You understand? Yes, you might come out and say, oh, no Ghanaian was touched, they were just confronted. Yes, you cannot tell a government how to react if they perceive that their people are not safe. You cannot tell them how to react. So the same way you are protecting and fighting for the betterment of a nation, that's the same way Ghanaian government is also trying to protect its people. So as we say, you don't want, I think recently, either yesterday or something, Victoria Africa went to another Ghanaian who has a shop, telling the Ghanaian that the Ghanaian does not have the right to do formal business in South Africa, like the retail business, and that they are coming to close the shop and everything. So the Ghanaian government is saying all those things, and they are accordingly saying that they should come back. 800 people have registered everything. You don't have the right to come and say the Ghanaian government is overreacting. You understand? You say your country, 800 Ghanaians says they will leave. I'm pretty sure a lot more will leave. So if Ghanaians leave, then you can do whatever you want to do with your country. Confronting someone is also a traumatic experience for the person. 50 South Africans went to surround one Ghanaian man. What is it? So Jacinta should not come out and trying to play the victim card, saying that the Ghanaian government is overreacting. The African Day that was celebrated in South Africa, most of the African ambassadors actually boycotted it. They didn't go. So they should stop saying somebody is overreacting.
Honorable Kujato Ablakwa, when you are done bringing Ghanaians to Ghana, when you bring them to Ghana and you settle, one thing I want the foreign ministry to do is to shut down the Ghana embassy in South Africa and also put it to the South African embassy in Ghana to also close down. Because if they don't want us in their country, means they don't want anything to do with us. The South African embassy in Ghana must shut down. Every South African businesses in Ghana, every South African companies in Ghana, they must sell their shares to Ghanaians, not other foreign nationals. It should be a strict rule over there that every South African company, any company in Ghana that a South African is owning shares in that company, they should sell their shares. They should sell it to a Ghanaian, not any other African national, to Ghanaian to be specific. And also, South African Airways, whatever contract that we have with them, let's terminate that contract. They shouldn't operate on Ghanaian soil. We don't need them. There are other airlines where we can work with. We don't need a South African airline in Ghana again. It is high time, because South Africans have disrespected Africans and Ghanaians, to be precise. So we are calling on Honorable Okujato Ablakwa, after bringing Ghanaians to Ghana, make sure that every South African in this country must vacate the country as soon as possible. Because I'm not sure the foreign ministry in Ghana will be happy that the youth of Ghana will hit the street that every South African company should leave the country. If they don't want us in their country, we also don't want them in our country. Every South African mining company in this country, terminate every contract and let them move out of the country. If their country cannot accommodate our people, we also cannot accommodate them. We can't also do business with people who don't want us in their country. This is one thing about America. They will go boot for boot. You will not treat an American citizen anyhow. Look at the whites who are living in South Africa. Look at how America is protecting them. That even the South African nationals cannot even attack the whites in South Africa. But here they are attacking the weak countries. And a weaker country like Ghana, they are attacking our citizens and telling them to move out of their country. Are we going to sit down as a nation and let a country like South Africa disrespect us? Honorable Kujato Ablakwa, we should let every South African national in this country, whether high, which even the South African ambassador in Ghana should even vacate the country. We don't need them. The way the South African government is listening to its citizens and is complying with them, we are also calling on the government of Ghana to listen to its citizens.
Government is making its citizens proud. One thing about the Ghana government is that they listen to their citizens. They act towards benefits of the citizens. Ghana government is teaching other African countries how to secure your citizens in and out of its country. And this is what the step they have actually taken, which other countries are beginning to learn from the Ghana government. Apparently, almost 800 Ghanaians are leaving, South Africa today. And this is a big kudos to the foreign minister of Ghana, Honorable Ablakwa. Okay, so according to Jacinta, that she less expected what Ghanaians or the Ghana government is doing currently. But you can't beat a child and tell the child how to cry. That is just what me I feel. And at the same time, Ghanaians are not violent people. They live quietly. They don't want to fight, but they act quietly. I feel there is something that Ghanaians are also working on for South Africans. Don't forget that South African has a mining company in Ghana that have stayed for almost 35 years. This is all I have to say. Let me know what you think on the comment section. African, we are all Africa, and African belongs to all of us. Let me know what you think, and don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're just coming across my video for the first time. Thank you so much. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.